So here we're going to look at how to record inventory movement. So we can do it both from the portal or from the mobile device. I'm going to go into the portal first. If I go to my product, let's say I just want to see my office supplies. So I've got 3 office supplies. I can see the on-hand quantity. And let's say I want to receive or sell some of my pens here. So from the portal, all I do is I go to the pen itself. And at the bottom, we have a module called movement. So let's say I just received another 10. So all I have to do is just click on in and put in my quantity and click OK. And what it does is it actually creates a movement of 10. And I can also just sell one, for example. So I can just say I want one out and just click OK. So now I can see a list of all the activity for that product. So there's a net change of 9. And when I go back to the product listing, what I'm going to see here is I'm going to see that I have the 200 still. I do have a movement of 9. So this is a net sum. And my available quantity is 209. So on the mobile device, what I do is, for example, if I want to go to my pencil, which is the second item here, I go to products. And here I can just scan the item that I want to select, or I can select it from the list. But let's go ahead and scan it. So as soon as I scan it, it actually goes to that product, shows me the image and everything. And now I can tap on the bottom. I also have my movement. And here I can just decide if I want to receive or I want to ship some. So let's say I just sold one. I just say -1. Again, just from like the count, I can always bring back a calculator to do more advanced calculation, but if all I do is just say -1, I click on the little checkbox here to confirm it, and as soon as it happens, I can see on the desktop that there's a movement of -1 that just occurred, and my net availability is 6. And by the same token, I can go back to the next item, and here I can receive some, for example. So let's do a movement. So the first thing I have to do is I have to tap on plus or minus here. If I try anything, then it's just going to wiggle and tell me that I need to make a selection. So on this case here, I have 26. I'm going to receive another 4. So plus 1, 2, 3, 4, and then receive it. And now right away, I can see instantly that I have my availability of 4 on the desktop. So that's how we do it on the mobile device. So the final step that we have to do, and that can be actually automated, but for now, if we do it manually, what we want to do is we want to process our movement. And what that means is that we want to take all the movements that were created for the day, and we want to actually incorporate into our on-hand quantity, not just to show as available. We want to be our new quantity. And the reason we do that is that depending on what integration we have, we can do that and automatically push it directly into the on-hand quantity, or we can actually process them as a count and as an adjustment into our inventory module. So if I just click on process movement, if I click on commit location on-hand quantity right away, that will right away apply those quantities here, and I'll be done. The other option is to uncheck it and say process. And what happens when I do that is that actually creates a count for those items. It's not necessary. All we wanted to do was just see our updated quantity. We could do it that way, but the idea of creating a count is that if you're integrated to an accounting package, you can actually go and view the count, and then this way you have an audit trail of all the movements that were created, and you can actually process the count. And what this will do is it'll actually process it and post it as an inventory adjustment directly into the integrated accounting package. So both options here, we can do it one way or the other, it doesn't really matter. From here we can as well have a report of what was processed for that day. And then from the analytics, so the other option here that have to do with the movements that I just want to point out is I can go to my analytics module, and here we have 2 types of information that we can see. We can see all the counts that were done, but we can also see the movements, and that'll be by month. So for example, the movement that I just did is now shown as a count, and here I will see the detail, and when I click on it, I'll see exactly what was what the net change of the products were for that day. So going forward, as the time goes by, you can only go back to a specific day and see what happened.